Blade Runner. He's running on the edge of the future. He's running out of time. Harrison Ford. Blade Runner. Rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
No commercials for this game. Doop, doop, doop,
No
doop, doop,
commercials?
doop, doop. Not one. Not even one.
Deckard!
Hey everybody, welcome to Play Retro. This is Play Retro. We talk about retro video games here. My name is Scott Johnson. I'm one of your hosts. And I only make eyes. I only make eyes. Also, I am a human, or am I a replicant? I prefer the term synthetic. Anyway, I'm going to point and click my way through this cyberpunk society rife with giant Atari logos and find out who done it. Maybe I done it. Anyway, I only make eyes.
I only make eyes. That one guy only makes the eyes.
Yep.
Leave me alone. I'll only make the eyes.
William
And every
Hung,
other
right? Or not William Hung. James Hung.
James Hung. Is that right? I think it's wrong.
James Hung? Hung. William Hung is the American Idol guy's William Hung. James Hong is your guy in there.
Well, Hong me educated.
Yep.
And I'm your other host, Brian Dunaway, and I like my noir to be starkly lit, dankly wet, and somewhatly pixelated. Honey, I'm home. Fire up the replicant detector. I'm about to cook. Honey? Oh, that's right. That's just an implanted memory. The VK test says, ask again later. Peachy. Peachy.
Very nice.
I don't know why my guy in this game had to say peachy about a lot of stuff, but apparently it was his catchphrase.
Yeah, what is that about, do you think?
I don't know. The future, retro future past of 2019 for dystopic future says that peachy will be hot again for the police work.
For the hot minute that we got it, we're going to get it.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Blade Runner, the point and click adventure from, why is my watch freaking out?
Westwood Studios.
Hold on. Why is this happening? Just a
Beep,
second.
beep, 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 beep. Is it your replica account calling?
I don't know what's happening. This seems like an odd time for this to happen, though.
Oh, you know what I would love? Maybe you know what? Apple should really put a voight conf test on my Apple Watch. I need that. Is that a thing? I bet there's an app.
There's probably something, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be great.
they're the ones with the commercial saying there's an app for that. So
yeah,
prove it.
Would it be great? Like if it told you like you were being too non-empathetic in your conversations.
Yeah.
I was listening anyway. I mean, come on, it's already listening anyway. So it might as well just tell me if I'm being empathetic or not.
That's right. How else?
You're acting like a replicant.
And your heartbeat is wrong. Get in there and fix it. Well, we're gonna get right into it, guys. We're gonna talk about this game now. I have nothing but fond feelings about this game. I played it in 1997 on a computer that wasn't quite ready to play it, but I made it work.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a hog on the resources when it came to hardware back then. Today, no big deal. Just you'd run it on your watch, like we were talking about.
Right.
But it's I've just nothing but happy feelings for it. Of course, I love the series in general, the film series, and think that they should do a TV series. And the word is someone's working on that. Don't know when that's coming, but some kind of either follow on from 2049 or some kind of in between the Blade Runner 1 and 2049. And it doesn't matter to me. Just put the right people in charge. Let's go. I think that's where you'd have to land. One of the things that Westwood Studios ran into here is that the Lad Company, I believe, had to come in and help Ridley Scott get over the finish line with the original Blade Runner. There were some problems getting there. So if anything that you're going to try to recreate from the original, using any of the actors' likenesses or anything like that, is probably going to be a difficult hurdle to get over. And one of the reasons why Westwood Studios just said, well, what do you actually own? And they said, oh, the set design and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so they hired the guy to come in that illustrated a lot of the illustrations and kind of led them in the right direction. It's one of the reasons why this does not take place. It takes place what they call a sidequel, or it takes place alongside the events in the original Blade Runner. They couldn't retell the movie script. Yeah.
They basically couldn't do it. It was just too many people that Lad Company didn't have a great relationship with Ridley Scott. So trying to get all parties involved This is just a classic story, man. We
Yeah,
talk
but I
about
prefer
all
it
the
this.
time.
I prefer it this way.
I do too.
I don't want them to retell the same story. But give me something
Right.
new. Give me a side story. Like back then, they may have been like, "Oh man, we got to be able to tell a story, and no one's going to play our game." I understand that anxiety, but I'm telling you, the correct answer is always do something connected in the universe, but don't I've already seen the movie. I know what it is. Like I worry about games like that. Now, that being said, there's a brand new Star Trek Voyager game out right now that is a retelling of the entirety of that series, but you make decisions that alter what actually happened versus what happened in the series. That's kind of interesting, right?
And that universe is so large too, and you can explore. There's so much that you can explore there. It's like they talk about all the time in Star Trek. They'll talk about an event that happened that we never actually have seen. So you can bring that in, right? And you can have, you know, like, it's pretty typical to have at least one hanging string between the universes. So if you start a new series, you usually bring in the old of one, you know, story past, right? So that everything always has at least one thread that hangs. If you watch the Starfleet Academy, we got a holographic doctor that was on Voyager. So
Well, you have the guy who invented that doctor, right?
Right.
He's not another holographic doctor. He's the creator
He's
of the thing. It just looks
But
like
wait,
him.
I thought he was. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's him, and he looks like him because he
So
based it all on him.
Is he teleporting in then?
No,
like everybody else.
He's a physical man.
Okay, he's
who
just showing up. He's
created-
teleporting.
He's old now, right? Is the idea?
Yeah, I've only seen half of the first episode.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So my I haven't seen the full season, but my understanding is this is the guy what made the holographic doctor,
Right.
and they get the real him in this.
Okay.
A little bit
And
like
you base that on because they said it, or based on his age?
both, and also an article I read about the show.
Ah, there you
So
go.
he's playing.
Well, I mean-
he's playing the real deal in here.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I know Data like aged himself purposefully.
Well,
Like,
he
and
did.
He was still Data.
No, they tried to unage him. It looked really bad. Did you see that?
But in the story, Data tried to like create that
Did he?
aging, right?
I don't remember.
If I remember correctly, we're going to get so much hate. Why are we talking about Star Trek? We got Blade Runner. Right
All
here.
I'm saying
we're riding on
is-
the edge of a blade right now, Scott.
In that Picard series where he shows up again, they caked a bunch of makeup on him to make him not look old.
Yeah,
And it did not work, in my opinion. It looked really bad. Now, maybe I never saw season 3, so I don't know if maybe there was a point where he embraced his aging or something. I don't know how that
Right.
But
I'll tell you what looks.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what looks absolutely fantastic, and
What's
it's
that?
just such a huge reach.
Wait, we haven't talked about our retro.
Oh, we haven't done that. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I got
let's
so
do
excited
that.
about the game.
I have very
apologize.
little
I
to say at the
apologize.
top of this. All I have to say is I've been playing a lot of WoW this week. All right, Brian, that's a 20-year-old game. It's it's still going, but it's retro,
Right.
sort of, not really.
Yeah.
But that's all I've been doing. So, what did you get up to this week in retro?
I cannot explain to you how stoked I am. Back in the mid 90s, I was in a Toys R Us. I remember this very vividly because it's only a few times I've ever just walked away from something that I wanted and that had major regret. And that was at Toys R Us. There was a box with a Jaguar on it. It was the Atari Jaguar at the Toys R Us. It was behind glass. The price I thought was a little high, and I kind of had the feeling at the time that they weren't doing very well with this. And so I was like, I really wanted it, but I just walked away, and I had regret like shortly thereafter. And it's just been going on forever. And every time we talk about somebody says, well, what system you want to get next? I want to get an Atari Jaguar.
Yeah.
So you got that on
You
screen.
were not wrong, though. They were shit back in the day. That's a bad console when it came out.
Compared to the consoles around it, it was. However, there's some very interesting things.
Oh, of
First
course.
of all,
Of course.
look at this.
Yeah, look at it.
Look at this.
You got the
Look
toilet.
At this.
You got the toilet add-on, dude.
How do I have such a magical item? Well, why don't you ask community member Le Loop, Nathan, who sent me? They contacted me and they said, "Hey, look, I heard you talking about Jaguar.
Yeah.
I got one. It's in a box. It worked last time I played with it like a decade ago. I would love for you guys to be able to, play with this and look at it." And he's like, "So I'm sending it to you." I was like, "Oh, cool. So he sent it to me, and it is awesome. Even if it does look like a toilet, I don't care. This is this is a device that you have to actually see in real person. Too bad for you, but I'm hoping I can get this out. Maybe I'm going to try to get this to Utah for this year.
Oh, you're going to bring that?
I'm probably going. I've thought about mailing it out, but I don't know because they are rare enough that people know about them, but they've never had the tactile feeling of one of these controllers, which is, a lot of people just really hate this controller.
Well, it's a terrible controller, is why.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, as a relic of retroness, it's wonderful. Like, don't get me wrong.
Right.
This is amazing, and the fact that you finally have one is really great. I owned one of these when it was new. That was a terrible purchase back then. It was bad.
But did you own the CD version?
Yes, I had the toilet seat. I had the controller that was even better than that one. That had not better, but it had the round, softer buttons. They redid controllers once in the history of that thing, and I never could get the value out of it that they promised me. Like the best, the one and only game that was truly great on it was Tempest 3000.
Guess what? I got Tempest.
I'll bet you do. You should have Tempest. That's the best game on there.
Yeah.
But everything else, that's rough, man.
I've got this VidGrid thing. It's got Soundgarden on it, Metallica, Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses.
Sweet.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. You can say what you want to about the console, but I'm here to tell you these CDs that they have, they are thick. They are like some of the thickest CDs I've ever seen. I don't even know how this thing plays it, and it's completely operational. We weren't sure if it was going to operate or not when it was sent to me, but it is completely operational. I did clean it up a little bit. The carts weren't reading because it's been forever. A little oxidation on it. I cleaned it off. Not a big deal. The CD worked just fine. I was worried about that. It just worked, man. I was so excited. But they even sent me. Nathan even sent me. Hold on a second. Let me.
Damn it! The chat, by the way, has corrected me back to the Star Trek bullshit.
I told you we should have stayed in our lane.
It says Zimmerman is actually a hologram in Starfleet Academy. I could have sworn.
That's what I was thinking.
I could have sworn they made a whole big deal about how this is the guy that invented that stuff.
I don't know. That's what I thought it was a hologram too. I thought maybe I hadn't seen enough this story.
Maybe it doesn't make sense because, well, wait, which universe, which timeline is this new show in? Is it in
way future? Because this is supposed
Picard,
to be
like way past Picard and
yeah,
DS9
this is supposed to be way in the future. This is when they're trying to reconstruct Starfleet Academy, right?
All right. Is Zimmerman there though? Does Zimmerman exist, or is this a hologram?
I don't think so. I think that kind of sounds like Data getting mixed in with the Data lore, because that is actually based on a real person. The Doctor's based on a real person too, but I don't know. 1,000 years in the future after.
No.
From after which is it? Which
1,000 years?
Yeah.
That
Zimmerman's not there.
That can't be right, dude.
Yeah, Zimmerman was already dying in Voyager. Oh, that's right, because they were talking about Zimmerman dying in Voyager.
I don't remember.
It has to be a hologram that far.
It's been too long. Anyway, sorry. Right. Back to your buttons. Let's see your buttons.
Back to the buttons. So you also have the little inserts and stuff too. So Nathan was able to keep these intact.
Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, by the way, here's that controller. This is not your version, obviously, but they made a roundy version at one point.
I'm gonna have to see if I can pick one of those up as well.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that. But I love the carts. The carts are oddly, satisfyingly stackable. The way they are, they're kind of like curved a little bit.
Yeah, they look.
I'm just so
a little
excited.
Warped. Like kind of.
Yeah, they look a little warped. But I played the games. They loaded up. Let me tell you something. You can say that the system was complicated, but you could also say that the Sega Saturn was complicated and had problems as well. And I'm not saying that this is on the same exact level as any of that, but what I am saying is the Atari quality to design and durability is absolutely here. So if you could say the design of it is, not the greatest, but the games played fine that I played. It's just
my beef is my beef is not the control or not the device. Like the actual console's fine. I don't mind the toilet CD add-on. All of that stuff is fine. That we've had weirder looking consoles. I would argue that's a better looking device than even like an N64, which is pretty weird and gnarly looking.
Yeah.
Where I hang up is that controller was terrible.
Yeah.
To play with, I mean, it's neat. Again, neat as a relic of the time. There's nothing wrong with that part of it. But as a playable little device, That thing sucked eggs. And then the actual games, you held up Predator versus Alien versus Predator pretty good, not bad.
Right. Yeah.
But there were very few third-party killer apps.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get too far into the. I think there was like 50 carts developed games, so that's a very small library. There's, I think, even less on the CDs, but there is a memory card, a cart which you can plug in to where the carts normally go. Unlike the Sega Saturn, that's memory only back in the day. Mm-hmm. But in this one, you can actually plug it in there. And of course, I keep compared to the Sega Saturn, but it's really probably closer to the Sega Genesis CD. It's somewhere in between.
It's a 16-bit machine, right?
It's a 64-bit machine, isn't it?
16, I thought.
The CD add-on is, I think. I think that. Is this? Well, I think so.
I thought it was just like Sega CD style, like it's still 16-bit, but now you have audio that's better and stuff like that. I could be wrong.
I never thought I would have one.
Yeah.
So my knowledge of it is quickly developing. So we're gonna find out. But yeah, I'm just so excited to have. This is like. From like almost the beginning, I was like, oh, what's some of the ones that I'll probably never be able to get? I'll probably never be able to get I looked at the base unit of the Jaguar. That's fairly obtainable, but with the CD, it's very difficult to locate a working one that within a reasonable price.
That's true of any of those disc players back then. They're all end of life, kind of.
Right. So
they warned us even then. They're like, you know what? These spinning drives are not going to last a lifetime. They're going to last, 20
None
years.
of this stuff should still work. The over-engineering that we did on early systems is amazing because it's just like, yeah. But Nathan, thank you so much.
Yeah, Nathan's a stud for this.
For
this is
doing
great.
This. Yeah.
What a nice guy. I got an answer on our chips. Here's what it was. They marketed it as a 64-bit system, but it was actually more of a little bit of a hybrid. It's kind of a marketing trick.
That's what we're doing.
The two main custom chips, Tom and Jerry.
I love it.
They had a 64-bit data bus. That meant they had a little wider data bus than anything else. But the primary CPU on this thing was a Motorola 68000.
Yeah.
The exact 16-bit processor, same chip in the Sega Genesis. Same chip, not even just like similar chip. The exact chip. Yeah.
Scott, that bus, baby.
Yeah, it's got a lot of people can fit in that bus, sure.
But that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why we got away from like 8-bit and 16-bit. All of that was it was a little more obvious how all that was applied to the overall performance of our machines at the time. But once you get past that point, it becomes a lot more components, a lot more things that are a lot more opportunities for bottlenecks.
Yeah,
right?
part of the problem is the architecture was weird and difficult, and people just defaulted to building for the 68,000 chip without having to break a sweat. And again, the third-party support wasn't great anyway, so it's not like anybody was going to innovate there. So it just kind of defaulted to Genesis level. And then if you were doing third-party on it, you could do your Genesis SNES. And this thing, it was an easy port because you didn't have to think too hard. Right. So you really, the problem with these ones with screwy architectures, PlayStation 3, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Looking at you. Oh, God. And talk about ugly. That first bubble thing they had. Oh,
it was a fatty.
That first. Oh, that was the PS3, right? Was that?
Yeah, PS3 was a big old fatty, PS3, and it sounded like a plane was taking off.
Yeah, and it had that bubble, so you couldn't stack anything on top of it.
No.
Oh,
I didn't love the first
jerk.
The first run of that one, I was not a huge fan of. But
yeah, I wasn't either. Even if they did have Spider-Man all over it.
Yeah. KTJ said that's why the Saturn's so hard to emulate. Similar problems. Yeah. Yeah,
and the same with but the good news is one of the cool things about the Jaguar, as I will call it from here on out. I won't do that. Is they release this into open source, so you can get the development, the SDK, the software development kits and stuff, and it's all open source, so you can develop games for this now.
Oh, wow!
And I'm been looking to see some homebrew stuff and to see people taking advantage of that in such a way that is kind of unheard of. And how much Atari's just like, we don't care.
No.
You guys can have it. Do something cool.
Yeah,
they said. And so I'm just excited about it.
Yeah, it's great. I think that's awesome. Yeah. And Nathan should be slapped on the back real hard for his generosity.
Bam.
Very nice. Let's get to our main event today. All right. This is very exciting stuff. Check it out.
Shall we play a game?
We shall indeed. And this game that we shall play is called Blade Runner. Simply that. Blade Runner.
Yeah. Run on the blade, baby.
Yep. No subtitles, nothing like that. They just get straight to it. And this is a game made famous by my repetitive clicking on things that didn't do anything. That's not true. But there is a certain kind of like the memory I have of this thing is that the world felt really alive to me. And as you can see in this, we're looking at a pre-rendered background, but the background is pre-rendered in a animated way with lighting that is, at the time, this blew my freaking mind.
Yeah.
Visually what we're looking at here. And it also affected him. So that lighting would affect your little dude walking. And you were presented with what felt like less of a linear point and click game and more of an open world. There's repeatable areas, reasons to explore, that kind of stuff that aren't in most of these games. And to me, this was a revelation. I was just like, holy shit. This is so much bigger, so much cooler than games have any right to be in 1997. I was just blown away by it. And the truth is, that's a little bit of frosting and the cake's kind of normal. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really quite that innovative, but it sure felt like it. I was just like, man, look at this game. Weird shadows getting cast and strange, like, lighting vibes and stuff. It's really, really cool.
So I played this and I thought I'd seen this game before. And I thought this game was made later. This game is an absolute stunner for 1997 and how it works. The things that Westwood did with this, you know, making their own game engine, deciding to go with voxels for the graphics and all the things they did with compression to bring this cinematic film noir experience home and to suck you into it. Golly, man. I mean, it may be hard to see it now, but you can look at the remasters too. But this is what I think we're watching video.
This is the OG one.
The OG.
The original,
yeah. And so look at these lighting things. These are all tricks. Later on, you know, we'd have video cards that would, like, you know, open all this stuff up. It's like, you just use our video card drivers to, you know, hey, yeah, we got this Windows thing that interfaces with everything, and you can just kind of apply these tricks to it, and here's your game engines. No, they had to write all this stuff. They had to come up with this entire mood. And we're only a few years, Scott, from FMV. So we're getting first person shooter games, right? We're getting more and more 3D things hitting the market.
We're playing Quake by now, by the way.
We're playing Quake, very early Quake, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The year prior was the demo, and then maybe it came out in 97 or 96. Anyway, it was real close to that.
Right. I played a lot about that time. Yeah. So you're talking about, and until this point, most adventure games were, you know, point and click adventure games that were nothing like this, right? They all use sprites, and these things are using voxels and all these lighting tricks.
Crazy combination of stuff, because the pre-rendered backgrounds are typical pre-rendered stuff, right? Not interactable. They're basically photos.
I don't think any of this is pre-rendered.
Oh, there are. These backgrounds are pre-rendered. Then they have voxel 3D on top of it. They have some polygonal 3D on top of that. Like, it's this weird combo of stuff that makes
it's got to be. So I'm not. I started doing a deep dive. I'm sorry. I think I cut you off there.
No, you're good.
Okay. I didn't finish doing my deep dive because there is a excellent. Is it Lewis Castle, the game director? There is a great Ars Technica interview with him, and he really talks a million miles a minute about the development of this and the technology they used. And I couldn't seem to get, I wasn't able to understand fully everything he was talking about, but I do know sometimes, like when you have to look at photos, when you're zooming and enhancing, which is like the most Blade Runner thing you could do, is to zoom in on pictures and enhance, you actually can rotate around in 3 dimensions. And he said that was not, they were trying to render a lot of stuff in real time 3D. And I couldn't quite understand if he was saying that it was almost like it's not pre-rendered. It's like it's streaming and being rendered real time, and then you can rotate the screen. And they didn't make a lot of effect on that until later. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that, because that Ars Technica interview with him dropping the bomb knowledges of stuff was kind of hard for me to digest in a week. But while I was trying to play the game at the same time.
My understanding is it's a mixed skill set. It's like these backgrounds are hyper detailed pre-renders, basically photos. They're essentially pre-rendered images. Bam, there's your backdrop. And he walks around within that space. But then things that happen in that space, including him and other characters, are aspects of them are rendering in real time. Right. So the character for sure, right? He's moving around, bending at the knees, he's doing, all that. But to create like certain interactable surfaces, they would match up this voxel 3D stuff with pre-renders and give you the illusion that stuff was like moving or zooming or changing. Like that's why I'm so impressed with it. It's this technical juggling of like 4 different disciplines visually.
Yeah.
And it still holds up. Like I think it looks as good. Like today, if I was going to go make a point and click retro adventure and I wanted it to capture a vibe similar to this, like Disco Elysium kind of is this sort of.
Yeah.
The art's very different, but the vibe is there's a lot of similar vibes. And I think this game does an incredible job of capturing some really trippy sensibilities. Like I don't know how honestly, some of it is impossible by that day's standards.
Right.
And I don't know how they pulled it off other than it still holds up. And I'm shocked how well it holds up.
I was too. Like this was my first time playing it. I don't know if I said that or not, but this is my first time playing this game. And I was blown away first by, like you said, the visual part of it. Once I realized this was 97 and I looked around at its neighbors and I said, oh crap, this thing is, kicking it hardcore. And the music is here from the movie. Right. And also you've got
is it actual original Vangelis stuff or is this are they just sort of copying that? Do you know? I'm not actually sure about that. It sounds very similar to me when I'm playing, but I don't know if that's true.
If it's not, it is very of it, right? It's very much like it. It is.
You guys can
I felt like it was in the movie.
Let's play just a little.
Old copies of case files, notices, and memos. The usual station junk.
They didn't try too hard to dupe Harrison Ford's voice, I noticed.
No, they had a totally different character. You're playing as McCoy.
Yeah.
Here, you're not playing as
you're not Deckard. No. I'm trying to find a scene. Yeah, it's hard to find anything with music in it.
The really good scenes are some of the spinner scenes. Spinners are where you're flying in with your little fly-in cop car, right? Which everybody loves. Those are some great great
awesome.
Scenes in between. Get to fly one direction because you got a map that slowly builds as you unlock areas, and you start with your apartment and the police headquarters and the first crime scene investigation you're going to go to. By the way, story wise, we're adding animal replicants to the story and a murder that kicks this whole detective story off. But one of the first things that you do as McCoy is visit the office of the captain, I suppose. And it's not the captain from the movie; it's another captain. He kind of has this thinly veiled reason why he's there instead of the other guy, but obviously because they didn't have the rights to the likeness of the actor. But that scene is straight up out of the film. Even the way it's shot, even the way it's staged, is just like, you're like, wow, okay, I'm in this thing now. And so as a Blade Runner, the first thing you want to do is you want to find the first replicant you can, or the first human replicant, first suspected replicant, and do a VK test, right? A Voight Comp test, right? That's the goodness.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what you get out of, that's what you want out of all of your Blade Runners.
So I got the great visuals. So let's talk about the gameplay a little bit. And that's one of the most fun parts is doing those tests. And you have to tune the machine. So the screen pops up full, and you have some meters and stuff, and you can see the stress in the person your interviews. You can see the stress in their voice, and you tune it by starting out asking easy questions and increasing the questions to more difficult moral questions and empathy questions, most of all, right? And so you have to ask questions without freaking them out but finding out if they're a replicant, and then based on the results, then you can shoot them, do whatever path you choose.
It's basically based on that scene in the first movie with Brian. What's his name? The actor we always talk about. We always talk about.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great
Fifth
character
Element.
actor.
Died soon after that. Anyway.
Yeah,
whatever his name is, he's great.
Yeah,
now.
we only have 4 years to live. Oh, you're talking about the actor. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, they turned that into. They made that fun somehow, and that's a thing I didn't think would be fun.
Right?
Interrogation
yeah.
systems aren't that fun, but then honestly, look at games today that have had a huge impact. Like I look at Papers, Please, and Papers, Please. I never really thought about this before, but I'll bet you Pope looked back at stuff like this, maybe not this game in particular, but when there have been times where the interrogation mechanics, for lack of a better term, were done pretty well. I wonder how that would work in my game. I felt a weird, even if it's not true and he has no idea what I'm talking about, it's totally possible. I felt a kinship between those two games.
Well, I'm sure it's a through thread with Philip K. Dick's book of this, trying to spot the enemy within, essentially, right? It's like they look like you, but are they like you? And that's where the idea, I think, really spawns from the do androids dream of electric sheep, which is the book, right?
Yep.
That went on to be the Blade Runner movie. Yeah. And then
it's quite different, by the way, than if you see it.
Yeah, it's different, but there's still stuff there. There's VK testing, and there's still like those questions of
just
morality.
a much more
empathy,
cerebral kind of thing when you read the book. But I liked it. I liked the book a lot. It's good.
Yeah.
But there's like all his movie adaptations. They're all way off. Not way off.
Right. Yeah.
They all take liberties because they kind of have to.
Yeah, because you have to be on absolute drugs to be able to pull that off, right? I mean,
feels like it.
Yeah. But it's good, and I like that part of it, and I like exploring. Even though I feel like it does feel very open world, but as far as point and click adventure games go, I did feel like I was getting very few rewards per screen, because things may not pop up until later. So you may go to a screen. And a screen is a scene like a crime scene or like at the headquarters or whatever room you're in. And you'll be looking around for clickable items, things you can interact with. And a lot of times I feel like I can't find anything. I get a little frustrated because I'm like, okay, I've landed at the the street sushi bar, which is not what it is, but still you get the idea.
Yeah.
So he's there at the noodle bar and he's like, you're clicking around at different people and nobody's really talking to you. You're not making any progress, but it's opened up because some other clue opened it up, but you're not getting any action. You're like, am I supposed to stay around here for 30 minutes and click on everything? Or am I supposed to, go back and get some more clues? Because you're a detective and you're trying to get more clues, right? So I felt a little frustrated with that. I always get a little frustrated with games that slowly reveal themselves, but also it's important to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Did it feel a little slow to you? Or
it definitely does. It's a methodic experience.
I'm stupid?
No, I don't think so. I just think we've been trained by so many games since then to be.
Yeah.
It's not even that it has to be more action packed. I think we just expect quicker delivery of everything.
Yeah.
And so this game was a slow burn on purpose.
Yeah. I don't mind slower gameplay as long as I have been properly introduced to the idea that that's what I'm about to experience, especially early on in the game. This game doesn't necessarily hold your hand much. The manual is criminally short. I actually went and looked at a strategy guide because you're not going to find a walkthrough on this thing. A walkthrough is going to be almost impossible. We didn't talk about this.
You're also very lucky to even get it. It came 2019 is when the restoration of Good Old Games happened.
Right.
Had it not been for that, this thing was lost in legal hell for so long.
Yeah.
It's essentially considered just like gone.
Yeah.
And then GOG did their trick in 2019 and did restoration by, I think it's Night Dive Studios was the...
Right. Night Dive. Yep.
Yeah.
They're back again.
Cool.
But I had to get a strategy guide because this game has a different playthrough every time you play it because there's
because of the random replicant system, right, or whatever it's called.
That's right,
yeah.
Random replicant system. Yeah. It randomizes, so you may expect going in that the chef in the back of the noodle bar is going to be a replicant every time, and he's not always. Some of them, I think, I tried to figure that out from the strategy guide because it listed some as humans, some as replicants, and some as unknown. So I think more often than not, certain ones were something to forward the story because everything you do, is the chaos, right? You flap some butterfly wings on one side of Blade Runner, and the other side, has a tornado. But yeah, so I my first real replicant experience was I let him get away. I was fiddle farting around. I didn't know what I was doing. You can choose your, which is pretty common in some of these role playing games. You can choose like your demeanor. Like how you want to play, so you can choose as like a more aggressive. So when your character interviews people, he'll do it more aggressively automatically, or you can choose custom. I went with custom, and that gives you the option to get choices when you're interrogating someone, and so it opened up some stuff for me.
Yeah,
but I let him get away because I thought I was smart.
Well, yeah, no, that's the other thing is the game has real dynamic consequences in how the endings come around depending on how you behaved or what you did.
Yeah.
So you can make a choice where, and maybe you can just screw up and someone gets away. It's not a fail state. It's not like the game says, game over, you let the guy go. And it just says, oh, well, that's going to change things for you a little bit. We're used to games having that kind of dynamic.
Yeah, Sierra was notoriously up until this, because, we're not that far at a lot of these Sierra games that were, you could fail state pretty easily. Oops.
Yeah.
I've totally failed, but I did end up failing, by the way. I'll finish that story. I will say that I let him get away, and then later on I went back to my apartment, and I'm like just trying to hoof it to my front door because it's a long way between the rooftop landing and the door to your apartment, and dude just comes flying out of a corner somewhere.
Hell yeah, it is.
And I'm trying to shoot him, and he just kills me.
Yeah.
And so had a load from
there are stuff like
save.
there are moments like that for sure, but there are more often than not these moments of you can get away with screwing up and still finish the game, still beat the game, maybe not see the ending you expected, but then the ending is kind of not all that important because subsequent playthroughs are changed up by the random replicant thing. It's impressive for what that was, for when it was,
It really is, and you can choose your own path. I'm like if you were mad that you couldn't play as Deckard, you can also play like Deckard, and just choose to be replicant sympathizer, right? And you will get essentially the ending that Deckard gets, right? You kind of end up, and so. But if you're more aggressive, play it straight. You'll make friends in different areas, and your story will change. Yeah. So
and it's cool.
Yeah, it's just got like replayability in it, and just I like the moment to moment gameplay. It's beautiful to look at. The music sounds great. Sometimes I would just go out, and if you go to your apartment, if you want to hear the music, just go to your apartment and go out to the balcony in your bedroom, and the music will start playing. You feel like you step just right into a rainy day at the in the Blade Runner world.
Here's a good example of how that graphics engine worked. Let me back this up. This is really neat.
Let me back that up.
Okay, check this out. There's a transition coming.
Now this must be the not remastered,
nope.
high definition. What is it called? HD.
This is just the OG still.
That the OG? Yep. That looks nicer than mine.
Now, did you see that transition? Hold on. Let's go back.
Yeah, look at that.
So think about how mist works sometimes. You'd have 3D objects that would suddenly move, sure.
Yeah.
That's no different here, but the genius of it is that's a pre-rendered 3D studio whatever transition that they also made these overlaid voxel 3D dudes be placed at the right place and move at the right movement for that transition to take place. Like, I just don't want to just step over that like it was easy. That shit is hard.
Everything about this game was hard, and it was a critical success, and it was a pretty decent success.
It was a commercial success. Everything was successful except for the legal mumbo jumbo bullshit. I mean, Westwood's fine. They're great. They made a lot of amazing games, and this is their, they built this engine from scratch. All this stuff's super impressive. But then the lawyers come along and go, "Well, you don't have the rights to keep this going much longer. You bet we're going to pull this from the market. Sorry, you don't have the rights." Like that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff sucks so bad. You know?
It's taken a lot of things away from us. Now, I played this week. I fired up my 86 box. I've talked about it many times here. And it's essentially an emulator that allows you to choose your CPU, memory, video card, that kind of stuff. And this runs on like Windows, Mac, and Linux. And I chose a Windows 95 machine with a Pentium, which would have been the appropriate for the time, a 4X CD-ROM. Yeah, because this is a 4 CD-ROMer, I believe. And it never glitched out. It was. You also got to talk about the smoothness of how this works too. I mean, not only were they doing all these amazing things, it was a quality product.
It was a good engine.
Yeah. I heard that. I heard that it may have been one of the most painful QA jobs to work, though.
Oh, really?
Trying to find all the bugs in something that has a sliding possibility of endings and things. Yeah. It was really tough. Actually, when I was streaming this week, we had a person pop in and said they were going to give heads up to an actual QA tester that QA tested this Blade Runner. And if we ever get in touch with them, I wouldn't mind hearing a little bit back from them and maybe do a little follow up.
I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, because I feel like this one would be a really interesting one to see behind the scenes of how they managed to get Ray McCoy through an entire playthrough of this.
Yeah, man. That kind of, we need more interviews like that. People on the ground, not necessarily just, I don't want to talk to the companies. I want the guy down the hall who figured out how to make this thing work. Or it was his bug report.
It's his bug report that finally set it over.
Yeah,
right?
that fixed the bug that was so hard for everybody to fix, and every player was complaining, and this one guy, one night, 2:00 in the morning, pizza's half gone. The real hero of the story.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm almost out of pizza. Oh shit, I just thought of it. This is what's wrong, or whatever, something like that.
Right,
that's what I want. So if anyone knows people like that in any of the games we cover, I don't care if it's this one or any other. Yeah. But I want more of that in our lives, if you can.
Absolutely.
If y'all don't mind.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on. Brian and I are here. We're ready. We've never been more ready in our lives.
Look at us. We're ready.
The other thing that I liked about it, I confirmed, by the way, it was actual music from the movie. So a lot of the ambient tracks from the movie were used.
Right.
That is part of your problem with the licensing, or part of the reason that there's the complaining from the studios that nobody has rights to keep things forever. If they'd have gone with a similar track or similar soundtrack with a different artist or something, they probably would have gotten away with it.
Yeah. But we've kind of learned, we've learned a lot during our exploration of crossing over in content during the 90s, especially. We saw a lot of products that were able to license short-term deals with music and actors. And I don't think everybody had the foresight to realize that they got the syndication rights, but they didn't get the distribution rights, like to DVDs and other mediums and streaming and everything. They didn't see any of that stuff coming. So they're like, yeah, we got the rights to the syndication. That's all we're going to see. We're never going to see this show, this movie, this game be distributed any other way than the way that we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot, I think, making that transition to go, we're going to have to be a little, we're going to have to think about this a little bit, a little differently.
Well, in 97, I don't think anybody thought licensed stuff was the future anyway. It was very treated. It was treated like very temporary, very ephemeral. It's like today, sure, we're letting you have the license to make our thing, but it's a video game. Nobody plays these. Nobody cares.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, how would you think in 97? It's like, 20 years from now, people want to have access to buy this brand new.
Yeah. No, it makes no sense.
You wouldn't think that. It's like, how's that ever going to happen?
We hadn't gotten to a place yet where that kind of preservation or that kind of thinking was even a thing yet. It would take multiple generations of players to go, hey, remember this? Hey, remember that? I remember. And then they want to get excited about it and they want to preserve it. Honestly, I'd argue it's been the last decade that anyone's taken that stuff super seriously or started to.
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing preservation for as probably as long as I can remember, but not like you said, not until the last decade has it become it's gotten huge.
Yeah. I don't think anybody in 97 was going, is anyone thinking of making sure Pac-Man is okay? Make sure Pac-Man's okay.
I mean, we might want to release this again in 2019, the year of which this was set in.
Yeah, the year of our Lord, Pac-Man 2026. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the future is for a game like this. I would love it if they made like a proper, you know, to remake it, but like a really good remake, remaster, re-something. I'm ready to play that right now. I would do that.
It's going to be interesting because this has kind of got a foothold in the idea of where we go with stories of robots in our existence, because we're going from a time when androids and stuff totally outside the realm of what we thought was, you know, in our lifetimes, right? I mean, but now we've got, even though it's really early on, and I mean, it's robots in our homes cleaning up, being remote controlled, sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're kind of getting there. Will these stories be rife, you know, for pillaging?
I don't know. I feel like one of the problems,
Fear?
I was just thinking about this today, one of the problems with current day changes in AI, robotics, and the combination of the two is that we're getting to a place very quickly where all the old movie stories are going to seem stupid.
Yeah, either it'll be more about, oh, did they predict it fairly accurately, or
right? The answer is going to be probably not. I don't think they got it all that accurately. There are very few movies that I can think of. I'm right now just trying to think of it. There's very few that have a version of what's happening right now, or the potential of what's happening right now in the way that it's happening, meaning like invading people's lives, livelihood, the way economies work. Like that level of creep isn't ever talked about. It's usually, well, here we are in the flung future and the robots are in charge. Don't know how it got this way, but it sure is hell, you know? Like, I don't think the getting there part is interesting. And even when they show the far flung stuff, they're all just, I am a T-1000. I will kill you. Beep, boop, beep. Yeah. Like, there's nobody thought they would be like,
a robot.
Hey, is there anything else I can help you with today? Like, they're way too, it's just different. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of this stuff, Blade Runner in particular,
I think they actually did. I think the Blade Runner story is actually pretty good because, I mean, they're visually, they're just humans, right? I mean, all you got to do is just throw an actor in there and then say, act weird.
Well, that's actually a good point. That's a good point.
Right.
They were good at the whole, like, we can't tell them apart.
Right.
That's part of the Blade Runner lore that will hold up.
That's part of the fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the idea that, well, I don't know. You know what? In the end, maybe Blade Runner had most of it right.
The only problem they did was they thought it would happen too soon.
Yeah.
Really, they should have said even further flung into the future. They were hoping that things would move much faster.
Not enough drugs in the system of Philip K. Dick. He needed more drugs to properly see. It's actually one of my beefs with most kinds of science fiction media is they always want to go so far so close to now.
Yeah.
With dates that seem crazy, like 2030. It's really not that far off. What you need to do is do like Star Trek, where it's like 200, 300 years.
Yeah, change it totally. Hey, we're not even using Earth time hardly anymore. Yeah. We're using different stuff. Don't worry about it.
We're using Martian seconds.
Right. Don't worry about it.
I kind of wish that's what we would do more with our stories.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it does help, especially when you're having because this isn't really about the rising of replicants. This is really about how human are humans. What will we accept? Who is the enemy among us? I mean, there's a lot of other things going on that Philip K. Dick was trying to explore. There were real modern problems that were going on, but throwing it into the future so that you would, so you could kind of look at it a little differently. But keeping it kind of close is kind of like going, ooh, isn't this a little bit more urgent? Because this could happen within your lifetime or your children's lifetime.
You think he was ever tempted to change his name from Philip K. Dick to Phil K. Richard? Phil K. Richard.
Oh, Phil K. Richard. Okay, yeah, I see where you went there.
Just flip it around. Go simple on the first name, complicated last name.
Right.
Instead of Philip K. Dick or Dick K. Philip.
I thought you were going to do something with that middle initial to make it where someone is feeling his Richard. But no. I guess you didn't.
The middle initial is for all the ketamine he used to do.
Oh, ketamine. Okay.
Yeah. Get that straight. Well, anyway, it is a really, really cool game, and maybe the best example of a complicated product to make a game out of.
Yeah, and underutilized is a IP, right? But mostly because we know why. I mean,
it's tied up in legal hoopy joopies. Like if you were gonna, like a couple years ago, 2017, we get Blade Runner 2049, one of the great science fiction follow-ups of all time. I freaking love it to death. To me, it's cemented. I already thought he was great, but that cemented Villeneuve is like the next great. He's going to make all the movies I want to see. And he did. I love these Dune movies. I loved Sicario so much. I love everything he made.
So good.
The Arrival's great. All of it's good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. That was your chance to let loose a little bit and actually do something like this. And there was nothing. Now, I know that wasn't like I don't know that was like a mainstream success, but neither was Blade Runner. The first Blade Runner was kind of underground and cultish, and people liked it, but they liked it in a rent-the-video kind of way, and it wasn't.
What is this, like
whole family? Right?
How many years is this after the movie released? I mean, there was a huge gap between
81 to 2017.
Yeah, so I mean,
that's crazy. Crazy. Think of that. 81 to 2017. How many years is that? I can't do the math.
Yeah, and 97 for the first video game. Yeah. Well, not the first video game. The video game that we talked about this week.
Yeah,
we that was a Commodore 64 version in 85.
Do you want to talk about that for a sec? I got video.
Yeah, we could talk about that for a minute. Yeah,
let me pull it up here. So this comes out 1985. Don't expect this to be.
Yeah, don't expect this to be like the 1997 one, though, right?
No. Expect this one to look like a Commodore 64 game.
Yeah, but they got the Blade Runner logo font going pretty good. That's not bad, you know.
It's all right.
It's bleeding eye. I like
little
some
car.
of the graphics.
Look at the little car. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'd be into a 2D side scrolling.
Yeah. Look at this.
This is pretty weird.
It's 8-bit computer. What you want from us, people? We're doing the best we can with our Blade Runner.
This also reminded me of Papers, Please, because in Papers, Please, the kind of overhead view where people are lined up to go get their papers checked, they're all like these kind of silhouettes in it. And that kind of reminds me of that. So
how exciting! And this is like this scene we're seeing here is portraying like some of the most exciting parts in the original movie, which was those foot chases with all those people. That was so exciting.
That was great. This is good stuff. That reminds me. Any further along on your C64 game project you're working on?
So as far as I think we talked a little bit. I'm doing 8-bit computer clubs on Fridays. Your local 8-bit computer club on Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and I have been exploring gaming magazines of the time to get some inspiration for the tools I want to use and the games I want to develop. And I've kind of landed on. I kind of want to do a Pitfall thing. Did we talk about that? I think
a little bit.
Yeah. So I really feel like one of my favorite games from that era was Pitfall, and it's obtainable enough, I believe, in a prototype way. So once again, I'm a programmer, but I'm not a game programmer, and I'm not a 8-bit assembly programmer, so I'm having to learn all of this stuff as I go along. So each week I learn more and more things about how sprites work on the Commodore 64. Mm-hmm. Some of us recalling things from my childhood, but other parts are me learning stuff brand new. So I'm just taking it 1 week at a time. I hope by the end of the year I have at least a little prototype of something, and it's going to be a simple game, and then hopefully the following year I can move on to a larger project.
Love it.
Until something is actually worth, really getting in there and playing.
And as we
maybe I'll make the next Blade Runner.
Yeah,
game.
You never know. But as we mentioned, Brian will make that ROM available to people who want to check it out once we're done.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll make it so that you can play it in like an emulator. I'll probably also make it where you can just play it in a browser. You can do you can do the Vice. You can play Vice, which is the emulator for the Commodore 64. So,
I didn't know that
we'll make it available so that
that's called Vice. Interesting.
Vice, VICE. I think probably in reference to one of the most interesting aspects of the Commodore 64, which is the VIC-2 chip, and
that sound chip, baby.
Yeah, the SID.
Yeah,
Hi,
Sid. Don't sleep on Sid.
Don't sleep on the SID.
All right, well, there it is. Go play it. Great game. Big thumbs up for us on this retro look at Blade Runner. It's time for us to play a game we made up. It's called Guess My Game. Here's the intro.
This is just a guess. We'll have to verify it ourselves.
That's right, and we're going to do that. Now, I'm going to tell Brian a platform and a year He's going to hear some audio and then have to come up with an answer based on the 4 choices I give him. Brian, are you ready for your audio, sir?
I am ready to talk about replicant lifter.
Here
Has
it
anyone
is.
said that in chat room?
Should be the Replo lifter or Philip K. Lift.
Spinner lifter. Come on, it's spinner lifter. You know that's what they call them, spinners.
Lifter K. Dick.
Lifter K.
That's the answer.
Chop spinner. There you go.
Chop splitter.
Spinner. Yeah.
Here we go. Check it out. Oh, I didn't tell you the thing. This is, sorry, this is.
Well, that's obviously a Game Boy from 1990.
You're right. 1990 Game Boy. That's the one. All right, here we go. This is great, this opener. Oh, there we go. All right, you get the idea. Here is your possible answers from 4 total, A through D. Is it A, Kid Dracula? Is it B, Mole Mania? Is it C, Trip World? Or is it D, Spud's Adventure?
Well, like my back, I believe it's Mole Mania. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. So Kid Dracula, very popular on Nintendo hardware. Mole Mania, never heard of that, but I love the idea. Trip World, that sounds like nothing. Spud's Adventure, I just have one question. Is this Spud's McKenzie Adventure from 1990, or is it?
You'd have to tell me.
I don't know. I'm just asking. Do I get no hints on that? Okay, that's
None.
fine.
0.
I just don't feel like Nintendo would have put Spud was he was a beer spokesman, right? He was
yeah, it was for
Budweiser.
Budweiser, I think. Spuds McKenzie, Budweiser, I think.
I think that's right. So since I know none of these except for Kid Dracula, I'm going with A. Give me some Kid Dracula because it is kind of a fun little game. I mean, it's not too serious. It's not like dry and brrr.
Well, let's find out if it's Kid Dracula. These are all actual names of games, by the way, so no tricks here. Here we go. Let's find out. Is it Kid Dracula? It 100% is.
Kid Dracula.
Well done. It's
only
actually
one because it's the only one I've ever heard of.
It's actually a fun little game. Pretty good.
Yeah. I forget when I played it. It was what was it? Was it part of the Castlevania series? It was like a spin-off or something.
Well, it was definitely Konami, so it must have had some. Whoops, why is that there?
What was it?
That must have some connection. I don't know what.
Yeah, it was a spin-off of one of the games that we covered, and I played the crap out of it when we played it. I said we need to come back and play this.
Yeah, let's see if
I want to know what Mole Mania and is Spud's Adventure. That's not Spud's McKenzie, is it? Is that like a
no?
Is that like a potato game or something?
I don't remember. It's something like that. It's definitely not Spud's McKenzie. But this is what this looked like. Let me skip ahead some so you can see the little kid. No, it's not him.
But
There we go.
I like how the slow that spelled button because it just said butt for the longest time.
Yep. And this is what it looked like on Game Boy. Ugly and smeary, but it got the job done. And I think it was Castlevania adjacent somehow. There was some connection to it.
Very good.
Someone's going to write in and go, "You dummies! It was totally Castlevania."
You bunch of dummies! Don't y'all know?
Don't
it was
you
called
understand?
Castlevania: Kid Dracula.
Durr. All right, well done, Brian. Let's get to yours. Tell me about my platform and my year.
All right. Well, I went a few years later, almost 9. It was for the N64, and the year is 1999.
Ooh, all right. Here's your sound. Yeah.
Wow.
Man. All right, I'm guessing 3D platformer, but tell me my names. What do we got
Hey,
here?
N64, 1990. That's a good guess if it's a 3D platformer. Hey, would you think it's a Bangao? I don't know if I said that right, but it's it's Bang A-I-O is what it is. That's how you spell it, Bang A-I-O.
Sure.
Or is it B, Rocket Robot on Wheels, or C, Snowboard Kids 2, or D, Tonic Trouble? Woohoo!
I'm going to, it could be any of these. I'm going to go with Snowboard Kids 2 because I can hear like a shh, and then a guy going, woohoo, like he did a jump.
Woohoo! Shh, woo!
Yeah. That sounds right.
Woo.
C is my answer. Damn it.
It is Tonic Trouble.
Damn it.
The snowboard kids, I debated on putting on there. I was like, this, because it was essentially the scene in question. He is boarding through snow in Tonic Trouble. And yeah.
Is it good? Was it good?
So every game that I pick every week, here's a little hint into how I do this. I'll typically go to Moby Games, and I'll go through their little game browser thing, and I'll pick a platform in a year, and then I will only look at the ones that have Moby ratings. So it's got to at least be usually a 7 or above on the Moby rating. So every game that I typically do.
Are they just reviews, or how do they determine whether it's good or not?
Yeah, it's just reviews.
Okay.
And voted on, but it's usually pretty aligned with critical reviews. Typically, it's very rare for it to deviate from that.
Yeah.
Unless the reviews are retrospective reviews, sometimes those will. But for the most part, yeah.
Huh.
But Tonic Trouble is really it's a good looking game. It's fun from this era.
Good looking.
Ubisoft Montreal.
You think that's good looking, do you?
I think for the N64 for a game with a character that I usually hate with arms as though they were not attached to body, I think this looks pretty decent.
I was going to ask.
Compared to the Rayman.
You don't get happy. You don't get happy about those. You get mad about.
No, I get a little upset, but I think the character designs are fun, and the stages are as of the time of the era.
It's a thing of its time.
Yeah,
which is kind of everything we cover. Everything's of its time.
But this is what I want to kind of. This is kind of one that I want to get into. I usually know it's going to be a good story whenever I'll go to Moby Games, check out the basic details and that kind of stuff, and then I might hit Wikipedia, and if Wikipedia is 4 or 5 mouse scrolls worth of data, I'm like, okay, there's some story here.
Yeah,
to bite on,
worth looking at.
Looking at.
I don't go for any crappy ones either. The ones that are so bad that they just.
It's like a paragraph.
Yeah, I'm not
Wikipedia.
I'm not doing those for you. It'd be unfair.
Yeah, it'd be unfair.
Sweet. Let's move on now to a new game entering retro. Speaking of which, yes, that's right. Welcome to retro. The Godfather, PC, Xbox, PS2.
Godfather. Right.
Was that your?
That's my best Godfather that I can do. I don't know it. You got one.
Shit.
You got one.
Let's see. How do we do it?
Don't criticize my terrible Godfather unless you have one as well.
But we're talking about the Marlon Brando, right? That's one we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's mine.
I got a game you can't refuse.
Yeah, my boy.
Is that how I sound? You're right as crap.
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty bad. Anyway, it's been 20 years for this game. I remember at the time it was attempting to be the GTA killer. It had, this big name, and everybody loved the movie.
You don't know anything about violence, right?
Yeah. Game based on a book. Now the movie. Well, no. The movie's based on the book. The game's based on the movie more than the book. It is. It's all right. I played it back then. It was okay. I don't remember it blowing my mind and making me go, "Ooh, look out! GTA 2 or 3, whatever the hell was out."
Yeah.
This has got your number. It just felt more like, okay, this is a capable game. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's all right. James Caan voices it, does some voice work in there. Robert Duvall just passed away. He was in there. Mm-hmm. Actually, most of those guys are dead. Yeah, all of them. Marlon Brando, James Caan, Robert Duvall, dead. Who else is alive from that movie?
You think
I guess Al Pacino
this game killed him?
No.
Right,
no.
Just asking.
I think there's probably actual coroner reports / hospital records that will tell us that this was not what killed them.
That it was Ham that killed them.
It may have been Ham. And in Robert Duvall's case, he lived into his 90s, right? So he did all right.
Yeah.
Ham didn't take him right.
I don't know. It might have still been a ham sandwich. I mean,
could have been.
It kept trying to block his arteries, but he's like, nope. But then he was like, but I'm gonna get stuck in your throat. There you go. We don't know.
How old was Brando when he died? Because he was really big and unhealthy, right? Was his
yeah. In his later years, he was definitely a larger. We need to watch was it Island of Dr. Moreau or whatever it is?
Oh, that thing, man. Oh, rough.
Oh,
here it is.
Was that Val Kilmer as well?
He died at the age of. You know what? He did all right. 80. It's not bad.
Yeah, if you can live large like that and make it to 80 and just live on your rules, why not? I don't know, but that also doesn't say everything about it. That doesn't tell you the whole story because you could live to be 80 and like for 20 years be miserable.
I think if you got actor money,
health failing.
You got actor money. Nothing costs you money to go get your stuff looked at, so they keep you alive longer. That's what happens.
Well, I've expressed this before. Once you get to a certain amount of money, money doesn't exist. Only power.
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to go. You don't have to pay to go to the doctor. The doctor just comes to you because, I'm Marlon Brando's doctor.
Yeah. That's why millionaires still get thrown in jail for pedophilia, and billionaires still get away with it. They can afford the power it takes to avoid jailing for being an active pedophile. There's my commentary for the day.
There you go. Look at that. We managed to squeeze some. And if you think that's political, I disagree. I think we should all be.
That is not political at all.
I think we should all be mad at rich people doing bad things.
Yeah.
I think that's what The Godfather is all about. Actually,
that's right. That's the lesson
about
here.
Rich people doing bad things.
The lesson from our new member of Retrohood, The Godfather. If we've learned anything from it, power corrupts absolutely, or whatever.
Right.
Let's get to some listener feedback. This is a chance for you to. Oh, you got to play this. You can get your voice heard right here. If you go to frogpants.com/playretro, you'll find all the ways to do it. There's a voice line, there's a text line, there's a email, there's all these things. And Russell from Chicago used the text line and says this: "Hey, retro friends, Brian's video is looking great. I played so many hours of Winback with my brother. Multiplayer was GoldenEye and taking turns. What? Sorry." The multiplayer was GoldenEye, and taking turns was Winback. Many core memories from the game stretch back to Street Fighter 2010, the final fight. Retro goons are the bestagons. Goons. Restogons are the bestogons.
Retrogons are the best. I agree with that.
Retros, what I meant. Jeez Louise. I had a hard time with his email. Russell, look, because Winback was single player, you couldn't.
That's right. This one was taking turns. So I knew precious little about Winback when I didn't have an N64 growing up, but apparently this is a very popular game for a lot of people, and I was glad to hear it. I now kind of want to play it. I played the GoldenEye stuff absolutely, but on N64 Winback, I didn't know nothing about this game.
Yeah, Winback was basically Gears of War progenitor.
Yeah, and we got. And that was the Guess My Game that week. And I was surprised how many people said, yeah, Winback, love it.
We should probably
give me more.
We should probably cover Winback.
I think we should.
Yeah, why not?
Upcoming.
It's pretty influential too. You can't ignore it.
Yeah,
I like this. I like this a lot. Let's see what else we get here. We got more. My mouse went weird. There we go. This is one from Dave from Remember 64.
Oh,
yeah. I think this is a show he does.
Oh, yeah.
He says, the second I heard, or he goes, I'm going to emphasize this. He says, the second I heard Dunaway Guess My Game sound, I knew what it was. We are playing Winback right now for our podcast, and I've been really enjoying it. It's definitely worth covering on the show, and I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts, as it is some really cool gameplay and a wacky as hell story. Thanks for your show, and boop, they were the inspiration for starting my own retro games.
Yeah. Remember 64? I have to check that out.
Yeah, I love the name. It's a great name.
Yeah. I remember. Remember 64? I remember.
I absolutely remember.
So yeah, Winback sounds like it spoke to several people. And I'm going to go and say it. Winback. Until I play the game, stupid name.
I mean, yeah.
Because I don't know what Winback means. I may play it and go, oh, Winback.
I'm pretty sure I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
And that's one word, people, by the way. It's not like winning back. It's not like win back, 2 words. It's like one word, Winback.
Winback. It's probably, I don't remember. I played it, but I don't remember what it meant. And it may just be dumb. It was kind of an anime story. It wasn't that memorable.
I'm down, though.
I just like the shooting. It was fun.
I love the fact you say it's got a wacky as hell story, which is probably going to explain the name. And once I click those pieces together, it's going to be amazing.
But that cover-based shooting was new then. And it deserves credit for what it helped invent. So
fairly affordable from what I'm seeing, which is good news. I was a little concerned that this might be
merch
expensive, but I'm seeing some fairly reasonable prices.
How much?
For a game? Yeah. Anywhere between $25 and up.
Reasonable.
So reasonable.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Yep. You can win the copy back or something.
Win the copy back. Win back.
Our next discussion / game will be Sam and Max. With Sam and Max Hit the Road. Woo! 1993 LucasArts point-and-click adventure game starring Sam, a 6-foot-long dog. A 6-foot-long dog.
That sounded wrong for some reason.
Yeah, it didn't sound right.
But that is how you measure dogs. You don't usually like measure them from their feet to their shoulder or something, right? You usually measure them from their tail to their nose or something like that.
But also these guys walk upright, so it's a little weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
But anyway, Tim and Max's hyper-violent rabbit partner doing freelance detective work. It's pretty awesome. They are beloved, and I'm excited to get back to them. I played them before. I played the newer Telltale versions. Those were okay. It's the OG people love the most, though. And these are not, this isn't Tim Schafer and the usual crew. It was somebody else who, we'll look at it next week, but it's like a different dude who wrote most of this stuff. And it's, here it is, based on Steve Purcell's comic series. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yep. Oh, that's great. I love it when we have comic series attached to stuff. I always try to at least get a few of the comics read before. So
yeah, if we can, I'll try to slide those in. If you end up finding them, let a guy know.
Absolutely.
Let a guy know.
Let a feller know about
the
comics.
Anyway, that'll be next week. Check us out then. If you want to watch us live, don't forget we are here at 4 p.m. on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, 4 p.m. live. That's 4 p.m. Mountain Time, by the way. You can also watch our Watch Retro show we do on Tuesday nights. Also at 4, we watch old cartoons. Super fun.
Yeah, we watched Olive Oil beat up Popeye last night. That was interesting.
Don't ever kick a woman. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Don't kick a woman, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
And we watched some sharks in the water.
Yeah.
The tiger sharks, and then we also I still have been singing all day Dino-Saucers. Dino-Saucers.
It's terrible.
It's great.
Dino-Saucers is legitimately bad.
Whatever.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. That's the important thing. But watch us do those on Tuesdays. Anyway, the schedule's up on the website. In the meantime, please support us on Patreon, patreon.com/playretro, like Drexington and Von Greybeard.
Ooh.
Oh, that's his full name. Drexington Von Greybeard. Sorry.
Oh, that is you're a pirate? I love that name.
That's two people there. Or one person. Sorry.
One person.
And then George Orr. That's one guy as well. They're brand new patrons. Nice to have them on board for no commercials or ads of any kind. Pre-show content every week and other cool monthly benefits, including that Watch Retro stuff. You get the archive over there. All of that can be yours today for the low price of whatever it is now to get in. $1?
Man.
$2?
Yeah. That pre-show content was stacked.
Oh, it was a beefy one today. It was battery powered, you might say.
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away, but we talk about
going
old battery stuff in today's pre-show. Check all that out. That is over at frogpants.com/playretro as well. All of that stuff's linked, so go check it out. Again, patreon.com/playretro. It's going to do it for the show. We'll be back here next week with more. Brian, is there anything you'd like to say to these people before we hang up?
Come hang out with me on the local 8-Bit Computer Show on Friday nights at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah. Twitch.tv/Brian Dunaway.
Very sexy. We'll see you guys next time for another Play Retro. In the meantime, play something retro. We'll see you then.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
You sure there's nothing else you want to tell me?